Welcome back to the channel, guys, and Merry Christmas. We are doing a special episode today of His and Hers Q&A with my wonderful partner who, as you can see, has thoroughly embraced Christmas with a bloody sexy Christmas lingerie set. So she's testing me. I am going to try and focus on the questions and not the warbles. And we also have Apollo and Wolfie behind and Rocky on the floor. So with the dogs in, you know what they say, never work with children and animals. Let's see how this pans out. But thank you very much to everyone who has sent a question in. We've actually got a decent number of pretty good questions, and from some of the vet's followers, some pretty filthy questions, which we'll get to towards the end. So, my darling, are you ready?
I am, yes.
Right.
Let's go.
We're going to run through my questions first because I think they are slightly more interesting. Not interesting, that's the wrong term, but there might be more to be gained from here. I'm also going to try, with my newfound skills, to put the questions, maybe I'll put them there. Let's find out if that works. So, is there any particular question I want to start with? Oh, this is an interesting one. So this was anonymous. How has Josh changed since finishing prep? Have I changed, or am I still a cunt?
No, you're not. You might be a little cunt now and again, but you're not a big cunt, so that's good.
I am a big cunt, I fucking is.
You've changed quite a lot. I'd say it was only the last few weeks of prep that I really noticed the distance, if you like, because obviously your focus had shifted so much, your energy levels had dropped a lot, so you was very lacking in emotion. I'd say quite cold as a person, or could be, not intentionally, but obviously just because you were so in the zone. And now you're more fun to be around.
Okay, this is good.
Oh, is it?
Well, it's good to be more fun around. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
Anything else?
Better sex.
Oh, heard it here first. Right, we'll say that. So, I am more fun and better at sex.
And not better, we just got more of it.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's what I meant by it.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I haven't got any better at sex, I'm still shy.
No, you know.
I'm joking. What has changed since prep for both you and Yvette?
But more sex.
So, okay, I'm going back to the sex, that's definitely true. What has changed? I mean, for me, I just feel like an immense sense of relief and zero pressure. So everything I do right now, and realistically, my routine is not that different to prep or to when I was full-time bodybuilding, but everything I'm doing, I'm probably enjoying more because twat face over here forgot to put a new memory card in. So we are settled, and I think I was just telling you guys that my routine hasn't changed too much since prep. But everything I do now is because I want to do it. So, you know, I'm enjoying training more because everything within training I'm enjoying, and it's kind of my choice. Like with the cardio. So in terms of the physical changes, not a lot has changed, but in terms of the way I feel, a hell of a lot has changed. I'm more relaxed with food, but I still like to eat well, and I still like to follow a plan. Like for me, I don't want to change too much physically, stopping competing. I just don't want to do the big off season. So I want to stay in good shape. Never work with animals, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the change side of things. You know, I'm still, you know, coaching side of things, working is probably even better because I have more energy, more focus, and if anything, my love for competing and bodybuilding is still very strong, that I'm now sort of pushing that even more so into the guys that I'm coaching to ensure that they really fulfill their potential. So yeah, I think that answers that question.
What was the question?
So what has changed since prep?
Oh, the way that... Oh,
just generally.
Yeah, so for me, more importantly, I think just getting more quality time together and being able to do more things together without it being so... Like, I know you like routine as I do, but there's just more flexibility
100%.
in what we can do.
Well, we're good because we like planning.
Yeah.
But obviously when I'm on prep, I don't even entertain that because, you know, I don't think that there's any scope to have any flexibility. I am very, very, you know, 100% in. It's just now the fact that we can go Do you want to go out on Saturday night? Where do you want to go? Do you want to have a meal out or whatever? We love having meals out. We love spending time together because it's a chance to sit down, connect, etc. So that's really, really nice. What are your favourite and least favourite things about each other?
The only thing I don't really like about you is your farts.
I knew she was going to say that because I've been letting off lately.
But there's not really anything that I dislike. Maybe sometimes your road rage.
Listen, if people drove better, it wouldn't be an issue. Okay, and most favourite things. What's it? Yeah, what are your favourite and least favourite? So they're your least favourite. What are your most favourite?
I just love how we get on. Like, obviously we've got like a great relationship, not just a sexual one, but we get on so well, and we get each other and understand each other. And you know, if there are any particular times where we need to address something, we do it really like well in terms of communicating with each other and trying to see it from each other's point of view, so it doesn't like escalate into a heated argument, and just trying to be a little bit more understanding. You know, like when you reflect upon like previous relationships, you don't have that. You value that so much more when you've got it in a relationship like we've got.
Yeah. One thing I will say is I know us men like to joke about women being extremely kind of stubborn and whatnot, but Yvette apologises if she's in the wrong, and that means a hell of a lot to me because you know it does happen. We're all wrong from time to time, and yeah, I think you're right in saying with us we make a point of never going to bed angry or without speaking about if there's been an issue or an argument and covering that.
Not that we have many.
No, we don't have many at all, but like even that, we just make sure that never happens. And I think for me, like Yvette, like obviously, and this applies to like anyone who sees her, her kind of outside beauty and sexiness is very evident, but that's obviously, I'm not going to lie, what attracts me to her in the first place. But then to find out that she is incredibly thoughtful, obviously for me over the past several years, extremely supportive and, understanding and has just like accepted and allowed me to do what I've needed to do. And something else which we speak about quite a lot is like we're both independent. Like we love being around each other, but we also have no issue doing our own thing. And I know some people think, if you're in a relationship, it's like you should love and not love as such, but like you should be happy being with each other all the time. But I think at some point that's gonna, if you can't not be together, like you're gonna be put apart at some point. We don't necessarily enjoy it, we don't look for it, but we can. And also, it just means that if I'm particularly busy, or she's particularly busy, we don't then mope around or annoy the other person because we need to be with them. So that's great for me. And her. So yeah, that's and least favourite again. Anything I say is going to be really scraping the barrel in terms of trying to find something, because there is nothing. She cleans a lot, but like then I think of it as like, what's the alternative? She doesn't clean a lot, living with a shithole. We live in a shithole, so like I that's not really a least favourite thing. That's sort of like an added bonus that sometimes, it's pretty full on, but then, if you guys have seen our home, it's as nice, if not nicer, as when we moved in.
But just touching on that point, like the way that like I try and help you try and understand that is the way that like you can be quite full on with something that you have got.
I get it, like I said, it's not.
Yeah. So, I know you're not saying it for that reason, but that's what I always say to people, like turn it around, because like there are certain things that you have to do that I'd be like, why do you need to do that? But you just do.
Yeah.
And it might not, you know what I mean? And to some people on the outside it could be excessive, but that's your thing, that's what you want to do, that's what you need to do. And yes, I am very house proud and I am very like,
Well, I love it. Like I wake up in a beautiful home, I go to bed in a beautiful home, I come back from the gym to a beautiful home. Like I said, what's not to love? That's quite a good one. How would you encourage your wife, partner into training?
See,
it's a tricky one. I think one thing obviously you don't want to do is make them feel insecure and kind of make it out that you don't like the way they currently look. But so I would probably avenue it down towards the health route and you
Which
know.
it could be in a particular case. They may find them very attractive as they are. They just may want to help them improve their health.
Yeah, but I think regardless, the health way is going to be a less problematic way of maybe broaching the subject.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's kind of, why do you want your wife partner to get into training? Is it because you don't like the way they look? Is it because you are concerned about their health? Or is it because you want someone to go to the gym with? Because if it's that reason, then I would say man the fuck up and just go to the gym or find a pal. And if you genuinely care about their health, or even if you want to maybe see them drop a few pounds, you know, try and encourage them and maybe do things with them that they may enjoy. So that may put you in not an awkward position, but a position you might not be comfortable with. So, you know, if your missus likes dancing, sign her up to a dance class and go with her.
Yeah. And I think the worst thing that anyone can ever do is, if they're genuinely not interested in it, to try and not force it upon them, like you say, because there's nothing worse than putting someone in a situation to get them to do something because you feel that they should, even if it is for health benefits.
Yeah.
You know, there has got to be an element of them wanting to do it themselves, and the more you go on it, if they don't want to do it, the less likely they are.
Yeah, and the more resentment they'll hold, and the more they'll fight back, and then that could cause issues. So that, I mean, like, that's a tricky question. One we could probably talk about for a while. But again, if it is like you're thinking about your partner and their health, you know, don't forget training is just a small piece of the puzzle. You know, maybe you could look at interesting nutrition side of things, maybe by improving your nutrition, or suggesting you guys do a 8-week, you know, health kick together, and, you know, go into the new year, maybe a good time to do that. Maybe use something like that. I'm not sure. I am, again, very fortunate that A, I don't need that in the gym with me, and B, she enjoys the gym and she trains on her own. We don't even train together. You know, we literally will go to the gym sometimes on the same days, and she'll go from 11 till 1, and then I'll go from 2 till 4, because that's just where it fits in with us. And every now and again we'll go, and a lot of people don't even realise we're together because we're in the gym for the same 2 hours, but we're doing completely different things in our own little bubble, and are having a whale of a time. So,
and just quickly on that one, I just need to say that obviously if it is for health reasons, or maybe look at alternatives, because the gym is a great place, but if there's anyone that has got, any confidence issues, then there are other forms of exercise that you can both start doing together, that you can kind of share an interesting time together if that's what you're wanting to do, and take the approach that way, and it's something that you can build upon. Even getting, home training is not perfect or ideal, but if it's a case of wanting to build someone's confidence first, then, maybe try that kind of route and approach. It's a little bit softer, a little bit more gentle, especially because I know so many women that just find the gym so daunting, and not always because they're out of shape, just because they haven't got a clue what to do and they've never been. So, just to give them some educational support around that as well.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Or your male, whichever role reverse it is.
And at the end of the day, something's better than nothing. So, while home training might not be optimal, it's better than sitting on the sofa. Mm-hmm. How did you find time to balance prep, coaching, and family life? So, I mean, I kind of touched upon this at the end of my final prep video, really. When I got a little bit emotional about it all, because balance doesn't exist, and I'm sorry if you are looking to be elite in any area of sport, business, whatever it may be, there is no balance. So how did I find time to balance prep? Everything. I didn't. I was 100% in on prep. I was as close to 100% as I could be on coaching, and I was present at home. No, I wasn't even present at home. I was getting by, and I had an extremely understanding partner. That's pretty much it. I was less patient with the dogs. I was less attentive to the dogs. I was less attentive to her. And that's, again, she's dealt with that 7 years in a row. So yes, she's good at it, but that doesn't mean that so doesn't mean she likes it, and so doesn't mean that she shouldn't be subject to it any more than needed. And while that was by no means the main reason that I wanted to stop competing, it contributed, because, as I said previously, I hadn't had anyone to, want to be present for, alongside obviously my own kind of health concerns about long-term bodybuilding. That was it. Balance is not a thing, and I know exactly who asked this, and I know you have a family, and I know you are a single parent. So I am not a person to put on a pedestal and look at emulating in that regard, because I don't have those things. And the fact that you're about and can take care of the dogs, makes a huge difference. Even if I didn't, if I didn't have you, I'd have to take care of the dogs, and it would have spread me thin, and that's just dogs. So yeah, that's the God's honest truth from me. I think pretty much any bodybuilder would relate to that. Have you ever been through mental health issues whilst training? We'll ask this for both of us, because I know you've got good insight into mental well-being and a good approach. So over to you, Betty.
As a woman, yes. Obviously hormones have a huge impact on us women, but outside of that I've also had external contributing factors that have played with my mental health whilst doing a prep. So I mean, even if I hadn't have been on prep, I think I would have still had the mental health issues. So I was using the gym to cope with it, and I know there's a lot of conversation around that. There was one where we went to an event with Samson. We talked very briefly about it, because some people say it's the worst thing you can do, some people say it's the best thing you can do, but at the time that was my coping mechanism. I think I was just so over anxious and so over stressed that it triggered so much anxiety for me. But I did use the gym to cope with those issues as best as I could. They were there, it was hard, but I managed. And I do believe that, I know mental health is a massive thing and people have it to different levels, but I do believe that there is a way that you can cope with it, and not necessarily a really bad way as in drugs and alcohol, but using other forms to help you get there.
I mean, I've been very fortunate with my mental health, and again, without constantly plugging this channel, if you flick back, there was a particular video where I was just coming out of a dark spell. Now, a dark spell for me is bright lights for most people. Like I said, it's not something I struggle with, but I was finding that I was more anxious, constantly kind of questioning myself, lack of self-belief, lack of confidence, and all of those things. But for me, again, I always struggle to talk too deeply about this, because it's not something I have struggled with to a huge extent. And exactly like yourself, and I know my good friend Dr. Mike will hate me saying this, but for me, the gym is a form of therapy. Now, that's not the case. If you are genuinely mentally ill, then you need to see a mental professional. And I have clients who I've said that to and who have done that and who have helped themselves massively. In the same way that people come to me because they want to improve their physiques, go to someone who specialises in mental health if you want to improve your mental health. So while I am going to offer an answer, this certainly shouldn't be, taken as gospel. And what I say to my guys who if they check in and they're having a rough time is, does training make you feel better, or does training make you feel worse? 99% of the people I work with, it makes them feel better. So then the question is, I appreciate that your motivation may be in the gutter, you might not want to be doing things, but how would you feel if you didn't do them? And trying to take a moment there, because sometimes that can be all it takes. I know there have been times when on prep I've been fucking knackered and I've not wanted to get up and do cardio in the pitch black, but I know that if I don't do that and I take an hour in bed and I wake up and I crack on with my day, at some point during that day I'm going to think, what have I done? I've missed an opportunity to be better. I've missed a really small window of effort, and now I feel shit for it because I feel like I've let myself down, and therefore it's actually made the whole situation worse. So again, I can only speak about how I think about things. So I think maintaining a level of control, whether you're going through a hard time or a kind of rough point in mental health, like I say all the time to clients, control what you can control. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that helps. Like I say, I'm always a little bit...
It's such a massive topic to talk about.
And there are so many smart people out there who are in a better place. So the next one's quite a good one. The key to a successful relationship. We've touched
on this quite a few times,
Really briefly, I think for me, love, actual love and infatuation with the person, communication, thoughtfulness, which does lack from my side on prep. Yeah, I mean, they're three pretty big pillars. And the communication ones where a lot of people fall down.
And honesty and transparency, isn't it? And respect.
Yeah.
You know, they go without saying. It's just
Trust as well.
Yeah.
Because realistically, once that is done, I think that is done.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going back from it. And that it's like I say this about bodybuilding. Trust is a very simple thing to uphold, but it's not necessarily easy. Because, you know, there are a lot of things out there that could potentially break trust. So you just have to be very, very mindful of them. And at the end of the day, if the person you're with is the person you want to be with, then nothing really should break that. So yeah, communication, trust, love, respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Yeah, smash that. What was your diet like over Christmas on your week off? So we're on our week off right now, and we are eating like kings and queens. What's the time right now? Yeah, 2 hours ago we were balls deep in carrot cake after having a lovely beef bourguignon lunch. I'm with my parents, by the way, hence the change in location. So diet is relaxed at best. 3 meals a day for me, with maybe a bit of carrot cake in there. And they consist of, breakfast is pretty good to be honest. They're slightly different to normal. All 3 meals have a good protein hit in. Your lunch is whatever my parents like to eat or have it planned. So yesterday was salmon, today was a nice beef dish, tomorrow is Christmas Day, so a massive roast turkey. And then like evening meal tends to be a bit lighter. Bread, cheese, salad, some, you know, either after tomorrow cold turkey, ham, whatever it may be. So I'm not sure, I'm interested if my weight goes up or down. You know, certainly the quality of calories, well the quality of nutrition is great because my parents eat very well, but I'm probably eating way more fat than I'm used to. Less protein, more sugar. But do I give a fuck? No, because at the end of the day, any negative composition changes I think I see over the course of a week, I will just tighten things up in the new year and crack on. So yeah, and I'm having a week off training as well.
Had some walks.
Yeah, well, we do plenty of walks, but this is why I like to come back here, because I can fully switch off, and I really feel like at ours, you know, if we're not doing something, we just stick to routine because it's easy. And it's easy to be out of routine here, and it's really, really nice and very, very healthy, because when I go back into my normal routine, I can't wait already. I'm looking forward to and even that cardio session, I'm going to be gassed out on the row. I wanted to blow my lungs out, but that'll be good and fun because I haven't done it for a week, and I feel like, you know, I've eaten my fair share. Where do you guys see each other in 5 years' time? Together, still, I definitely see that. Yeah. I don't know if I can say that now.
No, I think, I mean, it's like now we reflect upon the 7 years and all we've done is grow and develop together, not just from a relationship but personal and business development. And I think the type of people we are, that would be amazing to continue that. And obviously looking forward to, you know, investing into things to get ready for the future, to then kind of settle back down because we've got plenty of things to look forward to with extended family. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think realistically, and I said this, I remember on a Q&A on Instagram not too long ago.
Maybe a wedding. Yeah,
stay tuned for that.
Maybe.
I'm pretty confident I'll get a ring on that finger. Yeah, her first, let's find out. But no, what was I saying? Yeah, I said it on Instagram request Q&A recently. I don't look too far ahead of the future because I've done that for a long time, and I've actually been very not fortunate, I worked fucking hard, and I've been lucky to find an incredible partner, but I am where I want to be, period. You know, I have a lovely little family, I have an incredible home, I have a successful business. So in 5 years' time, I want that all to be the case. I want Yvette's business to continue to grow. I want my business to continue to grow. Yet at the same time, in 5 years, you know, I'll be in my 40s, early 40s, kind of by mid 40s realistically. And I know this will probably rub a few people up the wrong way because they don't like the idea of people being happy. I want to be in a position where I can retire. Not saying I will retire, but it's where I work because I want to work, not because I have to work. And I think as the trajectory looks like it's going, that is a strong possibility. So it's just focusing on the day-to-day, you know, you can fantasize about the future, but if you're not putting the work in every single day, it is pretty useless. So, wedding, success, 5 years, you heard it here first. Right, babe, let's hear your filthy motherfucking questions.
If you're not really into this, then don't continue watching.
Yeah, so let's just caveat this with Yvette put the thing on her question box.
Two of them are not really like.
Because I asked. Now, you've seen exactly what Yvette looks like, and if you've managed to focus on anything I've been saying throughout this, well done, you might be gay. But her followers are mainly men, and her questions are very horny. So,
Yeah. So there's a few that have just basically replied with hearts and stickers. They're not questions.
Yeah, that's a very standard thing.
Yeah.
You should see your inbox. I see it. Trust me, guys. If you're sending them, I see them.
So, the first one for both of us. Would you ever be into swinging?
Oh wow. She's not told me any of these, by the way. Well, no. I'll tell you why. Because I could not handle another man, the idea of another man being near her. And I can think of anything worse being with anyone apart from you.
Yeah, I'm exactly
like
the same.
it turns
It's
my
a definite
stomach.
no.
Yeah, it's a strong no. So whoever you are, you're gonna have to ask someone else.
Yeah. Second one. Would you film porn together, please?
Please.
Yes, please.
That's more of a request. That's more of a request than a question. But very polite. I appreciate that. No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't be looking at you.
Well, just, you know.
As if you have to ask me the question.
Well, no, I mean, at the end of the day, it's great. It involves having sex together, but you know, while we are, you know, quite open, you know, like we talk about all sorts. You know, I'll pose in my budgie smugglers. You'll pose and take photos in your underwear. There is a line, and I think because we have that line and a very strong one at that, you know, it just makes the sort of the privacy and the bedroom antics a little more sacred. And you know, you guys can see all you want of her, but you can never see what I see. And for me, that is, you know, it empowers me, it makes me feel great, and you know, it's a big thing for us.
Yeah. This one. Do you live in the gym? And then 3 fire emojis. So I'm guessing that's.
She goes to the gym a lot. No, she doesn't. Honestly, this woman is a phenom. Don't get me wrong, she trains hard, and as I've said earlier. In jest, well not really in jest, but I said she cleans a lot, and that's not an understatement. She doesn't stop. So because of that, she's in incredible shape without living in the gym. She's mindful of her diet. She enjoys her treats, but she eats well. Sometimes, if anything, she eats too little, and I'm the one saying, "I've not seen you eat enough." As for me, no. I've spent a lot of time in the gym over the years, but and I know this isn't a really serious question, so I don't know why I'm really going all serious on it. But no, I don't live in the gym. And I wouldn't want to, because after 90 minutes, 2 hours, I'm very ready to go home. Mm-hmm. Right, that is us, Mr. and Mrs. Christmas Q&A. I'm going to try and get this out tomorrow, which is Christmas Day. So whether anyone will watch it, who fucking knows? But there you go, you're very welcome. And in all truthfulness, again, thank you everyone who watches the channel, supports the channel. And stay tuned, we'll do more of these in the future because they always tend to go down pretty well. But at the same time, I won't bombard you with them every month. So if you have any questions, you can always comment below and I will save them for the next one. In the meantime, have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year from both of us and the dogs who are asleep. I wish I could show you them, but if I get up and move, they will move. Till next time, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Much love.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.